Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all are doing well. We are back with some more DC Dual Force because this game has just really continued to capture my attention. There's also just so much going on now in the community. There are drops being enabled on streams if you catch it on Twitch. ERLight64 did an amazing stream the other night, I think like 14, 15, maybe even more hours. Got my very cool Black Adam card back. Let me see if I can show that to y'all because it is pretty sick. Or alternate art, rather. There it is. Very cool. I love the art on this thing. And you also get coins and stuff like that. So, like, if you haven't played the game yet, I think you can get up to 4,000 coins. So that's 2 packs. So if you're looking to get your collection started and get the game rolling, you know, there's tons of stuff for people to pick up. I imagine we'll see more of that as well. I'm hoping to do a little streaming myself, you know, potentially a little after I do this video, and feel free to join, and whatever I can stream, I will definitely let y'all know. But before I get too ahead of myself, as always, thank you so much, y'all, for tuning into the channel and checking it out. This has just been the card game that I've really enjoyed playing. Still tuning in for some Spellslinger stuff and some Warforged stuff, but at the moment, I'm really searching for a game that, you know, has just some updates and some life and some momentum going, and also it's just new, and I've really been enjoying it and figuring out kind of the depth of the game. And speaking of, we're going to cover a deck today that I think is very different from what we've been trying. It's certainly not the optimal control build, as control often needs specific cards. That's kind of how I think about control, is you're answering specific things very efficiently, and it usually means that you need a better collection of cards to get it done. But we've got a nice, I think, you know, quote, like, budget version for today. And before I get into that, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. The likes, the comments, subscribes all help. Please keep that up. I really appreciate it. I did also post in my community page, I think is what it's called, a Ko-fi link. So this is something one of my friends, Replicant9, has had for a while. Like, you can donate, you know, to buy your streamer, your YouTube content creator person, you know, a coffee or something like that. I've never asked for, like, donations on my channels or subscriptions, like paid subscriptions of any kind or anything like that. But I thought I'd just throw something up, you know. If anyone wants to donate to the coffee fund for, you know, doing social work and content creation, I would, of course, appreciate it. So I've got that link in the description below as well. So enough of that stuff. Let's just get into the deck that we're talking about today. And I'll go through this one a little bit more thoroughly because it did take me a bit to really get, like, how I arrived at this build. Magic the Gathering, had to call it that. Zatanna making magical spells. And Poison Ivy just really doing such a great, is just so complementary to what she's doing. So what does this deck look like? Why are we playing it a certain way? Okay. So, oh, sorry, I should go over the leaders real quick. Zatanna, all right, she's got 19 health, and then she has 2 charge, Seek a magical spell. Now, magical spell and Seek is going to give you 3 different options, right, as it says there. For the most part, from what I see, is you usually are picking from either a free magical spell, a bronze magical spell, or a silver magical spell. I imagine maybe, like, later in the game you get access to, like, other types of magical spells. I haven't actually seen all of them. And they range from, like, deal 1 damage to everything, to summon a 3/1, to summon a 6/1 that deals 3 damage to any random enemy. And then there's stuff like give your leader +5 health, give your leader a charge. There's all this variety to it, which is what I think gives Zatanna this very cool and sort of in-depth feel, where you're kind of improvising and you're adjusting to the spells, the magical spells that you're drafting. Now, magical spells and spells are different. I had to learn this the hard way. Magical spell is a specific card type that is generated from specific cards. When you play just a regular spell, it does not trigger certain magical spell effects because that's not what the card type is. So just kind of a side note. And then Poison Ivy, who we haven't featured on the channel quite yet, just clicking that, that's not the right thing, is 2 Summon Vines. So what is that? That is a 3/3, used to be a 3/2. She was buffed in one of the recent patches, and honestly, the +1 health does make quite a difference. And it says, after you draw a card, give enemy leaders -1. So the reason why Ivy plays really nicely with Zatanna is that Zatanna has no way to really like protect herself, right? If we think about from a magic background, planeswalkers, right? The planeswalkers that historically did the best were ones that had either a +1 or -1 ability that protected them, right? Created a creature, dealt damage, something to change the board state so that it could protect itself. Zatanna can't do that, right? She's not getting attack power. She's not necessarily getting removal off of her magical spell. So what does Poison Ivy do? She provides a free unit to clog up the board to potentially get a little bit of advantage. And it just allows you to protect Zatanna a little bit easier because you've got another unit. Now, there are plenty of other leaders. I mean, just even thinking about Aquaman comes to mind, right? Where are you, Aquaman? Gets +3 attack and summons a sea creature, gives all friendly sea creatures +1/+1. Now, I would argue that Aquaman's effect is actually, a lot of the time, could be more impactful than Poison Ivy. But again, the difference between 3 charge and 2 charge is pretty noticeable. But you are trading off that Poison Ivy can't attack, right? So this just inherently should make you think of a control deck, right? Because you're trying to keep up your board presence, stay alive, and get your magical spell procs, right? So that is kind of generally how it works with these 2 leaders, which are very different from the combat-based leaders that I have made, quite a few recent videos on. So how does this deck work, and what are we doing? I think we kind of want to start with the bottom end to illustrate what the deck does before we get into some games. Giovanni Zatara, who is Zatanna's dad, I think. Not a great DC Comics nerd. Obviously, just look at him. He's a 6/6, and he says, at the end of turn, deal 1 damage to each enemy leader for each magical spell you played. Okay, so this is your top end, right? Now, there is another golds card, Shazam, which I'm running. I don't know that this is that great, but I was like, 2 gold feels kind of low. I do want specifically 2 Giovanni, and we'll talk about why, and why that really is our top end. But Shazam is still one of those things where, like, it hits like a truck. It's got speed or haste for you Magic players out there. And if you just clear something, right, because you essentially can only have a maximum of like 2 blockers, really, because you can have a frontline unit, right, that takes, you have to target first, and then something that's actually blocking the lane of the leader. And so if you can remove 1 or 2 of those, right, Shazam's just going to hit their leader for 7. In the late game, with the way that this deck plays, that's usually going to be a lethal attack, I would say. So that's kind of our high end. So what are we doing to make sure that we can play plenty of magical spells, right, which is keeping Zatanna alive specifically, and really getting advantages off that. So let's just talk about kind of the curve, right? So we've got 20 bronze, 15 silver, 3 gold. Now, what's interesting is I thought I was going to be playing a different breakdown, but what I've just realized is that you will not live against aggro if you are not matching them curve for curve, right? So that means, like, if my opponent's playing 20 bronze cards, right, and has a high chance of curving out turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, then I need to find a way to do that as well, even though some of my cards are built to respond to what they're doing, right? So what we're doing is we're just playing some efficient kind of early game cards. Now, Brainiac Drone, there are a couple of reasons we're running this. It is free. It's a blocker, right? And we can sacrifice it to Ritual Sacrifice, right? So we just sack it, draw a card, kill something. So there's some synergy there. I have a 1 of Amethyst. I wanted to have 1 more bronze card, and honestly I might switch 2 and only have 1 Stargirl, because she does generate a Crystal Blast, which is a magical spell. Now Stargirl I like, and I want to test a little bit more, because some of the magical spells cost bronze. And so my thinking here is that if we can get Stargirl going on like a crucial turn, we might actually be able to cast a bunch of cards out of our hand, and be as efficient as possible with Stargirl. But I think there's a good argument to be made that we should be playing 2 Amethyst. Couple other key cards I would say. The Riddler is just like, it's got 4 health. It's a 2/4. It seeks, an extra card, so it's just some card advantage, which might help you make different decisions in the game when you're playing control. Prometheus and Timothy Hunter can be really great blockers. What Timothy does is give you Pyromancy, which now that I know how to do this, is 1 damage to each enemy, right? And it has this special thing, Magic Spell. You do have to have a Magic Spell in your hand, but usually you're just going to play Timothy, good old Timothy Chalamet here, off of using your Zatanna ability. So this is, you're kind of gumming up the ground with like higher toughness creatures. And then a big payoff for your board, if it's established, is John Constantine. If you've been playing this game, I don't need to tell you, this card can feel very, very toxic or very, very overpowered pretty quickly. Why is that? It costs silver, it's a 4/4, nothing crazy in terms of stats. But after you play a magical spell, give your recruits +1/+1 in aura. As some might know or not know, aura is actually really annoying, right? Aura can soak up different spells, different abilities, leader abilities, stuff like that. And the fact that you can cast multiple spells in a turn is not that hard to do. You can just, your Glorious Antheming, to use a magic card again as a reference, your entire board, right? Every time you do that. And giving them all aura, it's just a huge, huge headache once it gets rolling. And sometimes you have turns where you just get to go John Constantine, Bronze Recruit. I picked up a free magic spell, or I saved my magic spells from earlier that I got from Zatanna, play a bunch of them. My whole board is like 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. So we've got 2 John. There's nothing to really explain there. And then going back to why I wanted 2 Giovanni Zatara at the top end is Friends in High Places. So seek a gold recruit from your deck and give them +3/+3. I think that this card serves a great purpose in this deck because your end game, for the most part, you're going to want it to be a Giovanni. That is the gold recruit that you want to play on turn 5. So when you're able to set it up through Friends in High Places, right? Seek 1 of 3 different cards. I've only got 3 gold in my deck, so I'm always going to hit it. But it's nice to have Shazam as like a secondary option. And then he'll come in as a 9/9, which is definitely a bit harder to deal with. But it just allows us to close out the game with Giovanni. Because usually the way this deck plays is you're kind of chipping away over time, and then you just have some big turns. The reason people get low is because of cards like this, Earthquake, right? Deals 3 damage to all characters, that does include your board and your leaders. I don't have Hellfire, which is the gold card that I would absolutely be running, which deals 4 damage just to enemy characters. But for now, I have to run Earthquake, and I'm fine with it, because at least for now, like trying to suppress aggro decks, it's pretty good. Same with Mark of Cain. It's really nice too, and there are specific cards like Mark of Cain that do something and create a magical spell. So it's really easy to see how things like John Constantine can get really out of control when you're just getting like free card advantage. And then I'm playing another sweeper, with the culling, and then I wouldn't say a sweeper, but some way to spread out damage, right, and maybe enable a pyromancy. So probably talked enough. So why don't we just get into some games of Magic the Gathering and see how we do. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, Shazam Ivy, I think is one of the more strong control options. So this should be interesting. All right. Definitely can ship back Giovanni. I'll keep the Friends in High Places so I can get them later. Yeah, these seem fine. Booster gold. Okay. Well, I don't love our odds here. I think Shazam is pretty scary. I think they have a lot of ways to get pretty nuts card advantage. So this will be interesting. Alright, I'm just going to give them Chandel of Neuron. I think that card's just going to come down far too late to be of any consequence. Don't really have any great response to the Riddler here, but get our Deimos out, who got buffed from a 2/2 to 2/3. Pretty nice. Then we'll have double activation next turn, see what we hit. Yep, Eugene makes some lightning bolts for their deck. This card's great. 2/3 aura, make 3 lightning bolts. And flurry, okay. It's kind of annoying. Probably the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Okay.
I've got a lot more than rabbits in this house.
+3. Or Belal. It's likely that it will hit one of theirs, so I think we'll take Belal. Let's play that first. Nice. Very good, very good. Okay.
Time to start branching out.
And it makes sense just to hit here for 2. I don't really want to sacrifice anything to kill anything. I don't really see that that does much for us. Alright, so we've got some units on the, or recruits on the board. They're going to activate Ivy next turn. It's going to be their Shazam turn. Definitely going to go, you know, probably play one of these units next turn. And then maybe go like Friends in High Places plus another unit the following turn. Oh, that's pretty nice. Dang. Very cool combo. And grid. Okay, yep, that's gonna be a little tough to punch through.
Time to start branching out.
Not a bad turn for our opponent. And we draw John Constantine with really nothing to do. And I would want to combine Solstice and Lightning Arc. Jeez, this is not a great turn for us, because this is just going to get eaten by Shazam. So we could just search out Giovanni now, I guess. But if we don't, what is that? That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They could easily kill this next turn if I don't play Booster. So I think... but Booster helps clean up the board more than Solstice does. We don't really need cards. Yeah, alright. I think it's Solstice, actually. Because then it can go Booster Lightning Arc next turn, plus maybe like a Pyromancy or something to try and clean up the board. I think that's a little bit better. But we are obviously very, very behind here now. I mean, they could just attack. We take 9. Yeah. Shazam is good. If I had Shazam, I'd definitely be trying out Shazam Ivy. But for now, this is what I have. So I kind of wanted to see if I can kind of tune the deck to make it work a bit on the budget, or like, you know, just the couple packs we're opening here and there. Oh no, having a lightning bolt already is real bad news. Okay. Yeah, Zatanna might just be dead here, potentially. She's not. We've got a shot. Okay, Friends in High Places. I bet that is, I mean, it probably is a flash. I can't say for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if it were. Alright, let's see what we got to work with here. Oh, there's the Pyromancy. So Pyromancy plus... Pyromancy with booster does 2 to everything. It's pretty dang good. Yeah, I imagine that's what we're going to want here. And then save Lightning Arc. Lightning Arc would hit, so it hits this, hits that. Yeah. It's probably still better.
Time to start branching out.
Okay. Alright, I mean... We'll see. See what they have. They have the gold cards, so... If it is Flash, I think it's going to be too tough to beat, because he just attacks, kills this, and then re-readies and kills Zatanna. If they have Lightning Bolts, it's pretty much over, so... Not sure how we're going to get there. And the synergy between them is sweet, because Ivy, the Savage Vines, drain for 1 whenever you draw a card, and obviously these have the ability to draw cards through Lightning Bolts, which are free, deal 2 damage, draw a card. Right, Candle Necron, alright. Yeah. Yep, just kind of gambled on that one. But it's probably going to be a problem now. Oh boy. We don't have a magical spell to get aside from with Nabu. But Arc Lightning will clear that. And the question is, do I not play John Constantine this turn? Okay, so what if I do this? And I grab... So I could grab Shazam, clear both. That actually I think is going to be better. It should be harder for them to kill. So I can go here and here. Just take 6. Oh, right, they have the bigger they are. Oh my goodness. I keep forgetting the cards that I gave them with Riddler forever ago. Not sure this is the right play, but don't think I want them drawing extra cards into their lightning bolts. Trying to put up some defense here and then maybe have a John Constantine turn.
Start branching out.
I bring the thunder!
So if we don't die this turn, we just have to deal 3 damage to Shazam for him to die next upkeep, start of their turn. I was really hoping they didn't have the flash. I'm sure that's the gold recruit that they got. 12, play an energy card, and we're dead. Unless they don't have it. They don't have it. Okay, well. That means we've got a shot. Yeah, okay, well. Doctor Strange. Wait. Why did he go to 5? Okay, I'm a little confused by that. Oh, because of we drew the card. That's oh my goodness. I don't even know what my own deck does. All right. So this is guaranteed dying. So let's just trade here and attack here and pass the turn. Okay, Shazam dies at the start of the turn. So it's just down to... I'm at 4 health, they're at 6. Okay, Omega Beam's on John, I imagine. Yep, pretty good. They draw another card. If they have any lightning bolts, yeah, okay. We're probably dead. I think they have 12, 15 lightning bolts in the deck. Okay, Hugo means we're not dead. So that's something. Okay. Alright, I mean, I'm down to just attack here. Play John. Play Hugo, stop them from activating Ivy, and just down to the luck of the draw. It's a really close game, honestly. Can't believe it got this close. But they just need a lightning bolt, so don't expect us to win. But it's a good matchup to play.
Nice card.
Oh, Mr. Luther is a big boy. Demos to kill Ivy Plant. That's not bad. Alright, we're still alive. Can we survive, is the question. Alright, I think almost assuredly we have to seek a magical spell. So I guess let's start by doing that. See what options we have. Enemy recruit makes a bonus attack against another enemy. That's gotta be it. Alright, so let's make our Ivy recruit before we do this, so we get the charge. Yeah, it's not lethal. KO here. And I don't think we attack here. I think I want them to attack in. Well, that's not true because when this gets increased attack power, then it's... No, I think I actually have to just go for this attack. So that if they want to clear this, it dies. Wow. 1 health to 2 health. Alright. GG. That was a heck of a game. I'm sure we probably could have made different decisions. I still have to remember that Ivy's plants actually do something, you know, and factor them into, you know, if I could draw a card here, maybe I'll be able to, you know, close this out. Okay. Let's see if we can get a win here after that really crazy first game. Constantine is great. So is Mark of Cain. But I think I just want to ship it all back. I really want to have... I need early game stuff against this combo. Okay, well. Have the Shazam there. That's a little unfortunate. Here I think I'm okay to play the Fly Trap there. I've got the blocker sort of combo with Shrone and Ritual Sacrifice. I might be able to protect the plant a little bit. Our little foil Ivy trap. Okay. Arc of Guard. Yeah, this card actually is probably much better now that the meta has really shifted to be like super aggro. Okay, I think I'm down to sack and kill that. Am I? Yeah. Just good to get it off the board. We'll draw a card. So it continues some advantage here. And then we can just set that man a little bit more behind. And then we'll have access to our abilities next turn. Don't love having double gold in our hands, because we only run 3 gold cards in the deck, but it happens. Steve for Aquaman, yep. See what they hit. Okay. That is rather unfortunate. You can't traumatize it. Well, we'll see what we draw. Timothy would be good, because if we could get Pyromancy off of Zatanna. Oh, yeah, that's pretty scary. Okay, Gift of Naboo is going to come in handy here.
I've got a lot more than rabbits in this town.
Nurgle is 3 to everything. 3 damage to all other recruits. That's probably going to help us next turn. It doesn't help us this turn, though. Oh, no. We can play it this turn. 3 damage to everything. And then Gift of Naboo, maybe? That's probably the play. Yeah. Oh, right. That shrinks that down. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's gift because we got the free spell. There. Sure. Might as well summon him.
Time to start branching out.
Traumatize this guy. A little bit easier to kill. I mean, I don't know that he'll trade here because of obviously like the ability to get Batarang and stuff like that. But at least we could try and trade back this next turn. Oh boy. Yeah, seek any gadget. It's pretty good. And it kind of sucks to have friends at high places because we're just going to draw another Giovanni here. Not ideal. Bolta. Yep. I think Ivy's going to be... Oh, I guess it depends. I imagine Ivy's going to be taking some damage here. They've got at least Batarang. Yeah. Yep. It's a lot of damage. Okay, Prometheus helps. That's something. Timothy's not going to go off, so alright. I think in that case... Friends in high places for the last Giovanni. It's not ideal, but it will be big. And then we just hold here. Pretty likely Ivy could die. Not much I can do about it. Jeez, yeah, Lucius Fox. Oh boy. They have at least one gadget, I think, in their hand. It's gonna be tough. Let's steal. Oh. Yep, that's pretty annoying. Mr. Gold, Constantine. Alright.
I've got a lot more.
Okay, that actually does help. I mean, I think it has to be Shazam attack. I'll +3 on my plant to, or no, +3 on him to kill him. Oh, I can play Constantine there. Yeah. Okay, so we go here. We go. That's gonna die. Yeah, but I want to get the value. Okay, and then we can put the plant there. All right, all right. All right, we figured out some way to not quite die here.
Time to start branching out.
So I'll just go here. All right. I mean, they've got double activation. I'm sure Ivy's dead this turn. But I think that was probably the best we could have done. Just to clear and try and set up some sort of board. anglerfish, yeah. I mean, at least they have to trade some sort of, like, attack into Shazam before they can kill it off.
Still have a few tricks up my sleeve.
So Tara's on 3 right now. See what they can do. If Constantine lives, maybe we've got a shot, but hard to say. Okay. Took the 8 to kill Billy Batson there. Okay. We're gonna trade to get Constantine off the board. Alright. Get the kill Shazam. Tear gas on both. Yep. And Aquaman. Alright, yeah. It's a beefy one. And Shield Boy. Yep. Shield Boy, Super Boy. And they're all going to get pumped by Anglerfish. Or not that one, I guess. Okay, well, I could take out Batman with Zatanna or Zatara booster golds. I guess that's the vibe. Now, do I want to chip in for any damage? No, I don't think so. No, we just play out our units. And hope we don't die. Crazy game. I feel like I'm trying to concentrate so hard. I mean, killing Batman was excellent. I think here they're going to have a huge turn, though. And I don't know if we're going to have enough to get across the finish line. So they could nearly just KO Zatanna here. Obviously, I don't think they want Zatara, yeah. I mean, Booster Gold is making this a lot harder for them. Yep. Makes sense. And then trade Superboy to shield to kill Zatara. And second wish is Fox. Alright, I mean, that's kind of a nothing turn. We're going to drain them for 2 here. Lightning Arc. Okay, well, got some things to do, for sure.
I've got a lot more than rabbits in this house.
Deal 3 damage to all. And then Timothy cleans up for 4. Deals 4 to everything. Yeah, I think that's gotta be it. Right? Yep. Okay. Alright, we gotta trade these both, or we gotta at least trade her in first to kill off you. Oh, the 8-3 is not going to die, though. That is unfortunate. Oh no, we can get it off the Pyromancy first. Yes. There we go. Holy guacamole. Alright, found a way to clear their whole board. Let's go. Oh my goodness. You can tell I have not played this deck a lot because my brain is firing on every cylinder I possibly have, and it's taking me forever to string together these turns. Oh man. We were really lucky they had like kind of a do nothing turn. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Alright. You know, the deck's missing some stuff. The deck needs some stuff like Hellfire and all those you know, just the better sweepers and things like that. But it's really, really fun to play. Now that I feel like I kind of have a sense of like what you need to do in the early game to stay alive, which is where I really struggled with this deck, I feel much better. And sort of sequencing obviously takes my brain a bit longer to figure out. You know, whereas some players who've been playing this game forever probably would have figured that out a lot faster. But two really good games. Game one was super, super close. And honestly, I'll maybe go back and watch and see what I could have done differently. Because we really almost had it, even fighting through the RNG with the lightning bolts, and probably a bad matchup for us if I had to guess. And then that one was, you know, kind of back and forth, but then, you know, we really were able to close it out. So thanks so much, as always, folks, for joining me today. I hope you're enjoying this. Just the different deck archetypes we've kind of covered. Like now, I think at this point we've at least covered some of the good, like a good mid-range option, a good aggro option, and now a, you know, what I would say is like a good or reasonable control option. If I do end up getting Shazam, which I feel like I might have to, because I just really think he's so good, and I would love to pair him with Ivy here. You know, we'll maybe throw that up on the channel, but as always, appreciate the support, and I will catch you next time. Thanks.